Serving the universe from somewhere on the map, high atop the Whack Shack.
Zack to Whack in the morning, here to start your day.
Greetings, red-blooded, verified Earth people, and those with no checkmark. It is me, the always dapper podcast babbler, the fly guy with the skinny tie, your daddy-o from the radio, and the monkey on the mic here running that professionally trained tongue of mine. I am Zachary Ernesto Wackalina III.
That dude's an excellent meat whacker.
Gentlemen, it's on.
Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to those of you in Back Cave, North Carolina, Chugwater, Wyoming, and all around the world.
Yes!
This is the often secluded, never diluted, always wacky, never tacky, hot rocket flame-throwing to whack in the morning show. Live from the low-rent sleazy and measly ramen jammin' nut hut studios at the Whack Shack podcasting complex at Peachtree Industrial.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, and I will have my vengeance.
In case you weren't aware, today is Monday, March 17th, 2025, show number 103.
The 17th of March is here. The day has got me thinking. St. Paddy's Day in Ireland, so much more than drinking. The cliffs of Moher are gorgeous. If great heights you do not fear, a lovely place to see the view and crack in ice-cold water. Go and see the Blarney Stone and kiss it if you're frisky. Then wash your mouth out with a giant shot of Irish LaCroix. There are no snakes on Emerald Isle, no creepy crawly scalies, so just relax, enjoy some coffee mixed with creamy oat milk. Pick a four-leaf clover hidden underneath a shrub, then show it off to all your mates down at the local library. To Dublin or to Galway if you want to see a sight and watch two old men argue till it turns into a cordial acceptance of their differences. Now my tune is over, time to climb into me bunk. That's all to say, this St. Patrick's Day. Screw it, let's get drunk.
Let's take a look at that birthday list. Swimmer Katie Ledecky is 28. Julia Winter celebrates a birthday. She's 32. She played Veruca Salt in 2005's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. John Boyega, he's Finn in the Star Wars sequel films, is 33. Hosier is 35. Rob Kardashian is 38. Brittany Daniel, it's always sunny in Philadelphia, is 49. Soccer legend Mia Hamm turns 53. Smashing Pumpkins Billy Corgan is 58. Rob Lowe is 61. Vicki Lewis from News Radio is 65. Gary Sinise is 70. Kurt Russell is 74. And Patrick Duffy from Dallas and Step by Step is 76 years young today.
Happy birthday!
And also, born on this day, Nat King Cole. And let's take a look at people that passed away. Lance Reddick passed in 2023, most well known for starring in the critically loved series The Wire as Cedric Daniels, and also for his roles in Fringe and Oz. And Ola Brunkert passed in 2008. The former drummer for the Swedish group ABBA was found dead at his home in Mallorca, Spain, following an accident with a glass door in his home. He was 61. And in 461 AD, St. Patrick, Christian missionary, bishop, and apostle of Ireland, dies at Saul, Downpatrick, Ireland. Today he is honored with the annual holiday of St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day!
And for movies and TV released on this day, the live-action adaptation of Beauty and the Beast was released in 2017. She's the Man, released in 2006. Punk'd premiered in 2003, and Final Destination and Erin Brockovich released this day in the year 2000. And here's some music history for this day. In 1957, Elvis Presley bought the Graceland Mansion from Mrs. Ruth Brown Moore for $102,500. The 23-room, 10,000-square-foot home on 13.8 acres of land would be expanded to 17,552 square feet of living space before Elvis moved in a few weeks later. The original building had one time been a place of worship used by the Graceland Christian Church and was named after the builder's daughter, Grace Tooth. In 1967, the Jimi Hendrix Experience released Purple Haze in the UK. The US release was June 19th. Hendrix had read Night of Light, a 1966 novel by Philip Jose Farmer. In the story, set in a distant planet, sunspots produced a purplish haze, which had a disorienting effect on the inhabitants. It is thought that Hendrix took this as an idea for the song's lyrics.
No way.
Also, in 1967, working at Abbey Road Studios in London, the Beatles finished the recording of She's Leaving Home after adding backing vocals to the track. Harpist Sheila Bromberg, who was part of the string section on the track, became the first woman to play on a Beatles recording. In 1978, U2 won $850 and a chance to audition for CBS Ireland in a talent contest held in Dublin. The Limerick Civic Week Pop 78 competition was sponsored by the Evening Express and Guinness Harp Lager. In 1979, Gloria Gaynor started a 4-week run at number 1 on the singles charts with I Will Survive. The song was originally released as a B-side to a song first recorded by the Righteous Brothers called Substitute. In 1979, the Bee Gees went to number 1 on the UK albums charts with their 15th studio album, Release Spirits, having flown the group's first album after that collaboration on the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. The album's first 3 tracks were released as singles and all reached number 1 in the US, giving the Bee Gees an unbroken run of 6 US chart toppers and tying a record set by the Beatles. In 1984, Van Halen's Jump peaked at number 1 in the US. Over the years, David Lee Roth has given various accounts of the meaning behind the lyrics, but most often say that they are about a TV news story he saw where a man was about to kill himself by jumping off a building.
I get up and nothing gets me down.
In 1997, Elvis Presley Enterprises of Memphis, Tennessee, lost its Court of Appeal battle to stop London trader Sid Shaw using the name of the King on his souvenirs. The legal tussle with Mr. Shaw, who ran a memorabilia shop called Elvis Lee Yours, has been going on for over 17 years. Speaking after the ruling, Mr. Shaw said, "I'm delighted. I've proved that Elvis belongs to all of us. Elvis is a part of our history and a part of our culture." Also in 1997, American R&B singer Jermaine Stewart died of AIDS-related liver cancer at age 39. Stewart scored the 1986 UK number 2 and US number 5 single, We Don't Have to Take Our Clothes Off. He gained recognition as a dancer on the television show Soul Train. Stewart later worked with Shalimar, The Temptations, and Boy George. In 2016, English indie rock band The 1975 were at number 1 on the US album chart with their second album, I Like It When You Sleep, for You Are As Beautiful Yet So Unaware of It. The album title set the record for the longest of a Billboard number 1 album with 71 characters. And in 2023, Taylor Swift kicked off the Eras Tour in Glendale, Arizona. The tour was met with unprecedented demand, breaking ticket sales and venue records worldwide, but faced various obstacles leading to the imposition of price regulation and anti-scalping laws. Around 3.5 million people registered for Ticketmaster's U.S. presale, which quickly crashed after going online on November 15, 2022. However, over 2.4 million tickets were sold that day, marking it the highest single-day ticket sales for an artist.
Woke up on the wrong side of the clover today. Shamrocks in my coffee, guess I'm feeling okay. Stumbled on my luck, tripped on a leprechaun's hat. He tipped it to me, grinned and said, imagine that. Got a gold coin, it's chocolate and melting in my hand. Bought a round at the pub, crowd's a one-man band. Bagpipes screaming louder than a banshee's cry. Little green men dancing under neon skies. Green not done. Paddy's had his crooked beer foam on his chin. He's raising a toast to wherever the luck's been. Painted my face like the Irish flag. Now I'm an icon in a Goodwill plaid. Found love in a corner by the dartboard there. She wore a shamrock crown in her carrot red hair. Asked if she'd join me where the rainbows sleep. She laughed and stole my gold, now my heart's on steep. Green by morning, gold by night. Chasing rainbows under city lights. Knees are weak from the jigs I've spun. Midnight streets calling. I'm not done. Corner by the dartboard there. She wore a shamrock crown in her carrot red hair. Yeah. Asked if she'd join me where the rainbow sleeps. She laughed and stole my gold, now my heart's on steep. Green by morning, gold by night. Chasing rainbows under city lights. Knees are weak from the jigs I spun. Midnight streets calling. I'm not done.
And now, here's this day in history. In 1756, St. Patrick's Day was celebrated in New York City for the first time at the Crown and Thistle Tavern. In 1845, the rubber band was patented. In 1931, Nevada legalized gambling. In 1991, in its first dress code change since the 1960s, Brigham Young University announced that students could wear knee-length shorts and go sockless. In 1992, white South Africans vote overwhelmingly in a referendum to end minority rule by a margin of 68.7% to 31.2%. Thus ends the turbulent period called apartheid, a racial segregation policy that separated the minority white population by designating areas and activities prohibited to black people. In 1999, at a restaurant in Schererville, Indiana, an intoxicated man, angered by a slow-flushing toilet, pulled out a pistol and shot it several times. Okay then. In 2006, an employee at a funeral parlor in Kazakhstan was rescued after burglars knocked him out and nailed him inside a wooden coffin while they robbed the place. In 2008, New York State Governor Eliot Spitzer resigned after a scandal involving a high-end prostitute that led to David Paterson becoming acting New York State Governor. In 2014, Loren Scott, the 49-year-old model, designer, and longtime girlfriend of Mick Jagger, was found dead in her apartment. In 2020, the Golden Raspberry Film Awards, known as the Razzies, gave 6 trophies to the musical Cats, including Worst Film. And in 2023, Selena Gomez became the first woman on Instagram to surpass 400 million followers. Special events for today, of course, it is St. Patrick's Day, and with St. Patrick's Day comes it's Corned Beef and Cabbage Day. It's also Campfire Girls Day, Submarine Day, Act Happy Day, Doctor Patient Trust Day, Welderly Day, and Evacuation Day in Boston. Today's number for the day is 17. That's the percentage of American architects who are female. Well, my daylight savings time recovery is going slowly. I'm still trying to make up for that lost hour of Facebook. A survey found about half of Americans don't like their food to touch on the plate. A small percentage of weirdos don't like their food to touch in their stomach. A mother in Portugal shot the family TV to stop the kids from watching. That's one way to do it. What did I tell you kids about watching so much violence? A survey finds that 30% of Americans have zero savings, which ain't so bad if you have Netflix. Gas prices in California are as high as $5.71 per gallon, according to AAA. People in LA are furious. You can't tell, of course, because of the Botox. Well, last night was night one of the NCAA basketball tournament. March Madness officially kicked off. Don't forget to set your wallets back, $20. Americans waste bananas more than any other food. Yeah, it's because they don't come pre-sliced and in plastic and taste like nacho cheese. A study shows that letting babies cry for a minute is okay, but let me remind you, parents, that it doesn't count if you're in a restaurant. Tesla, the most valuable automaker in the world, did not pay any federal income tax last year. So Tesla is a tax dodger. A study finds that people who stay away from other people have shorter life expectancies. Live by the garlic, die by the garlic. It's Easter season, which means it's the annual time of the year when nervous parents have to explain to curious young children how rabbits lay eggs. In the UK, 2 thieves stole a delivery van full of chewing gum. Yeah, police are on the lookout for suspects with sore jaws and minty fresh breath. A survey finds that half of America doesn't know where in the workplace to find the defibrillator. Which brings up 2 questions. Do we have a defibrillator in our building? And 2, exactly what is a defibrillator? A study found that neckties can reduce blood flow to the brain by as much as 7.5%. Yeah, it's probably the best explanation of Washington, D.C. that I've ever heard. Well, the Doge tracker is up and running. It's a new tool designed to provide transparency and accountability for the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge, which is led by Elon Musk. The tracker meticulously analyzes Doge's reported savings, comparing them to actual verifiable cuts. It currently shows that Musk has significantly overstated the savings achieved by Doge, with verified savings being 92% lower than claimed. Doge's current claimed cuts total $105 billion, but the tracker shows the actual number to be just over $8.5 billion.
Oh, holy cow.
Remember this? 5 years ago, the world was hoarding hand sanitizer. In the U.S. and other countries, distilleries began cranking out their own product. The Old Fourth Ward Distillery in Atlanta, the Durham Distillery in North Carolina, and the Shine Distillery and Grill in Portland, Oregon had enough alcohol in their hooch to create a potent sanitizing solution. The Old Fourth Distillery filled up customers' empty bottles until they ran out. Shine also handed it out for free, while Durham Distillery distributed to local businesses. A mass distillery in Los Angeles was selling its alcohol-based Botanic hand wash online, while Psychropump Micro Distillery in Bristol, England was giving away hand sanitizer for a donation to help the community. Now, babies love a beat. According to a study, they found that dancing comes naturally to infants. The research showed babies respond to the rhythm and tempo of music and find it more engaging than speech. The findings revealed that humans may be born with a predisposition to move rhythmically in response to music.
Yeah, baby.
The research suggests that it is the beat rather than other features of the music, such as the melody, that produces the response in infants. A new study analyzed over 1,725 fossilized avocados in Honduras to learn about the history of the fruit. Avocados are believed to have their earliest appearance 400,000 years ago in Mexico and split into 3 species over the next several thousand years as they were spread by large animals. After all those large animals went extinct, the number of avocado plants fell sharply. However, when humans emerged, things picked back up again, and the new study of 11,000 years of avocados found that humans began domesticating avocados sometime around 7,500 years ago. Well, a report suggests Apple will introduce a live translate feature for AirPods in an upcoming software update, similar to Google's Pixel Buds. The new feature will automatically translate foreign languages without needing to prompt Siri. A 32-year-old man from Waterbury, Connecticut, set fire to his home using hand sanitizer, printer paper, and a lighter found in his father's jacket to break free from alleged captivity by his stepmother for over 2 decades. The man, who remains unnamed, was found weighing only 68 pounds and had endured extreme abuse, neglect, and starvation during his captivity. The stepmother, Kimberly Sullivan, denies all allegations of abuse and imprisonment, with her lawyer stating she provided food and shelter to the man. However, authorities have charged Sullivan with assault, kidnapping, unlawful restraint, cruelty, and endangerment. A mother of 3 from Wheatfield, Indiana, was found alive after being trapped in a wrecked car for 6 days. Brianna Cossell, who had crashed into a drainage ditch after falling asleep at the wheel, survived by using her hoodie to collect water to stay hydrated. She was discovered by a tractor operator from a drainage company and rescued with the help of a volunteer fire department assistant chief. Despite serious injuries to her legs and wrist, Cassell was said to be in good spirits and was flown to a hospital in Chicago for surgery. A gold ring believed to belong to a medieval bishop was discovered by a retired firefighter using a metal detector in Norfolk, England in November of 2019. The ring, dating back to the late 12th to early 13th century, is in excellent condition with all its gemstones intact and will be auctioned in London on March 26th, and it is expected to fetch between $19,000 and $23,000. Well, chances are you're using way too much detergent in your laundry machine. The New York Times once ran a story that quoted appliance expert Vernon Schmidt, who shared most people use 10 to 15 times the amount of soap they need, and they're pouring money down the drain. Modern machines are designed to use less water and don't need nearly as much soap as they used to, and with detergents getting increasingly concentrated, it's important to remember a little goes a long way. Overdosing on laundry detergent can lead to stiff clothes or a buildup of mold and mildew inside your machine. Schmidt says that using half to 1/8 the recommended amount of detergent is adequate depending on how hard or soft your water is. And though it's a bit counterintuitive, if you see suds, don't think you're cleaning. You're just using way too much detergent. Well, Samsung is launching a new promotion called the Buzzer Beater Bundle, allowing sports fans to create their own mini Buffalo Wild Wings at home for $10,000.
What? No way. Yeah way.
The package features 8 TVs, including a massive 98-inch model, and is designed for die-hard fans who want to watch multiple games at once. The bundle includes various models such as 3 65-inch Neo QLED 4K TVs and 3 55-inch TVs. The 8 TV bundle offers a nearly 30% discount. Wall mounts are not included. An American social media influencer stands to lose her Australian visa after she was filmed grabbing a baby wombat from its mother to pose for a photo. Samantha Jones, who describes herself as a wildlife biologist and environmental scientist on Instagram, faced outrage for her actions and was slammed by Australia's Prime Minister. In a now deleted 32-second clip, she is seen lifting the joey for a picture while its distressed mother anxiously chases after her. On Thursday, government officials confirmed that her visa was under review, with authorities assessing whether any laws had been broken. Jones, known for her hunting and outdoor adventure contests on social media, has less than 100,000 followers and has made her Instagram account private.
We gotta wrap this program to bring you something really stupid.
Now it's time for stupid news. Humans were acting pretty crazy near the start of the pandemic 5 years ago. That included a teen in the United Kingdom who was sent home from school for selling squirts of hand sanitizer to his friends. Jenny Thompson posted her son's money-making schemes on Facebook. Jenny wrote in the post that it's very hard to discipline behavior when his dad phones in from work to call him a expletive legend. In all, he made just over $11 from his side hustle after selling squirts for 64 cents each. Well, here's something you should never do for your girlfriend on her birthday. A guy in China knew his girlfriend's birthday was coming up, so he wanted to get her a surprise gift. Sounds nice? Being a thoughtful boyfriend, he made an appointment for her at a cosmetic surgery clinic for a boob job. She did not appreciate that gift and kicked him to the curb. Well, during Chanel's Paris Fashion Weekend show, a pigeon unexpectedly stole the spotlight. The bird landed on the runway and strutted alongside some models. Well, 2 weeks after allegedly swallowing diamonds worth $770,000 stolen from Tiffany & Company, Jathan Gilder remains hospitalized under constant guard as authorities await the gem's natural exit. The 32-year-old suspect was arrested February 26th, 6 hours after allegedly fleeing the Orlando Tiffany store with sets of solitaire earrings. Posing as an NBA player's representative, Gilder had been shown valuable items in a private room before making his escape. Florida Highway Patrol officers intercepted Gilder on Interstate 10 about 330 miles from Orlando as he headed toward his Houston home. Officers observed him moving something in his mouth before attempting to swallow it. Concerned about narcotics, they transported him to a hospital where he refused treatment and explicitly rejected x-rays. A subsequent jail intake scan revealed foreign objects in his body. While in custody, Gilder asked, "Am I going to be charged with what's in my stomach?" Idiot. An American Airlines flight to Miami was forced to turn back after a passenger, convinced that Satan's disciples had followed him onto the aircraft, swallowed rosary beads, and allegedly kicked a flight attendant in the chest. According to the New York Times, the 31-year-old began yelling and shaking shortly after the flight took off from Savannah, Georgia, last Monday night. The crew at first assumed that he was having a seizure, only to discover that he had thought there was some kind of demonic spirit in the cabin and was swallowing the rosary beads to protect himself. A Pennsylvania man was stopped by TSA at Newark Liberty International Airport after a body scanner alarm detected something unusual in his pants. During a pat-down, the TSA officer discovered a live turtle approximately 5 inches long, wrapped in a blue towel in the man's groin area. The man identified the turtle as a red ear slider. The turtle was confiscated, and it remains unclear if it was a pet or why the man had it with him. 5 years ago this week, a Washington, D.C. grandma wanted no more birthdays. When the Kidder family gathered to celebrate Grandma's 94th birthday, the nonagenarian blew out the candles with a less than positive wish. After the family sang happy birthday, Grandma made a short speech. "Well, thank you very much. I hope this is my last."
The fuck was that?
In India, a bride walked out of her wedding after the groom failed to solve a simple math problem. The woman's relatives put the groom to the test after becoming concerned about his level of education. After the groom failed to come up with an answer for 15 plus 6, the bride-to-be stormed out of the wedding. Go! A man addicted to swallowing everyday objects had more than 2 pounds of metal removed from his stomach. The man from Turkey ate nails, keys, coins, and a spoon.
What the fuck?
Chaos erupted at a gas station in Gwinnett County, Georgia, when a group of teenage girls got into a dramatic fight over a prom dress, all captured on video. The February 26th incident started when Morgan Fincham arrived to buy a dress from a former friend and tried it on in the restroom. Fincham's accomplice allegedly stole the dress while the seller was distracted, prompting a chase and confrontation outside. In a wild tussle, the seller was seen body slamming one of her attackers after struggling for the dress. 3 girls were later arrested. In a bizarre incident, 4 men entered a truck stop in Denmark, Tennessee, with 2 pythons threatening employees while stealing around $400 worth of CBD oil. The employees were frightened as the men waved the snakes and placed them on the counter to intimidate them. Well, an Apple Watch alerted 911 dispatchers at 3 a.m. that its wearer was in a car crash, and police in Cape Coral, Florida, responded. Indeed, there was a crash. A car had hit a road sign, a fire hydrant, and a parked van in a condo building as well. Alex Wilson explained that he had swerved to avoid something yellow in the roadway. Officers determined the object was the fire hydrant. They also noted Wilson's allegedly alcoholic beverage, tainted breath, bloodshot eyes, and slurred speech, and checked his blood alcohol level, which measured 0.177%. Well, it's St. Patrick's Day, and consumers will be spending the green to celebrate. The National Retail Federation says over 60% of Americans plan to spend an average of $43 to celebrate the holiday. And that's just the cost of cleaning green puke from the inside of the Uber you rode home. On March 17, 1921, Marie Stopes opened her first birth control clinic in London, England. This marked the beginning of accessible family planning for women. Now, if they can just make family planning accessible for professional athletes. The World Wide Web was conceived this month back in 1989 by computing legend Tim Berners-Lee. The web certainly has changed our lives. In the old days, you actually had to go to the mall to watch old people fall down the escalators in person. A woman stole $1,000 in laundry detergent from a Pennsylvania grocery store. I wonder, is that considered a white-collar crime? Eminem is trying to bring the WNBA back to Detroit. The Michigan rapper has joined a team of investors, including Lions quarterback Jared Goff. They're hoping to bring on an expansion basketball team to Detroit. Not saying Eminem is rich, but he's got money to blow on a WNBA team, Rich. A movie about Tiger Woods' life reportedly is being developed by Amazon MGM. The movie will have sex, betrayal, and car chases, and that's just the night his wife went after him with a 9-iron. In Arizona, they don't move their clocks ahead, but they do turn the thermometers ahead.
Yup!
North Korea is hiding a new launch site for intercontinental ballistic missiles in plain sight, disguising the base as a golf course on the outskirts of Pyongyang. Makes you wonder what Donald Trump has been doing at Palm Beach. Last week, panic erupted during a Delta flight when the captain of an all-female crew announced that everything is just fine.
Good news!
A Russian was in charge of the doomed cargo ship that crashed into the oil tanker carrying jet fuel, so there was no need to breathalyzer him. On a recent Southwest flight to Phoenix, a female passenger took off all her clothes.
I'm just as excited as you are.
You think that's bad? On Greyhound, that's considered a first-class passenger.
Laugh it up, kid.
Blue Origin owner Jeff Bezos plans to launch an all-female crew into space this spring that includes pop star Katy Perry, journalist Gayle King, and his fiancée Lauren Sanchez. But only if they sign up for Amazon Prime by Tuesday. There's a study that says giving your child too much praise can harm them later in life.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, they become more narcissistic. Narcissism is a condition of excessive self-interest that affects approximately 1 out of every 1 Kardashian. Donald Trump says people protesting against Tesla should be labeled domestic terrorists and they would go through hell. Although obviously they would need to stop and recharge at least twice. A cartoon fan dressed as Wile E. Coyote has held a protest outside Warner Brothers Studios. Yeah, security was called and got rid of him using an Acme rocket sledge and a giant mousetrap and a 1,000-ton anvil. The owner of a London comedy club announced he is banning audience members with Botox injections after performers complained about unresponsive crowds. Try saying that with a straight face. Well, I'm at the end of my rope. My accountant just finished my taxes, and I still owe Zelensky $30,000. Ireland today slapped a 125% tariff on all U.S. imported goods until we agreed to take Rosie O'Donnell back. Well, you've been listening to the Always First, Never Last podcast with me, your doomsday host, the incredible edible Zach Wakalina. You might want to connect with me at ZachTheWack.com. That's ZACKDAWACK.com.
And you're gonna do it because I said so.
Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, MySpace, the comic strip, the Yellow Pages, Telepathy, Western Union.
What? The what? And the what?
Nerd caller text 984-DWAC1.
We say it again.
That's 984-329-2251 is my phone number. Like it, follow us, or subscribe, and please share this show with your friends. Thank you to all the awesome wackos, weirdos, reverts, preverts, dingbats, and jelloheads anonymous for any and all listens you can give. It means a lot.
Thank you.
I'm out of here like Vladimir until next time, and there will be a next time. Don't forget me, I won't forget you. I am Zach the Wax saying, if I'm lying, I'm dying. Grits ain't groceries, eggs ain't poultry. And Mona Lisa, she was a man. I'll be back Friday, same whack time, same whack channel. I'll talk to you then. Whack out.
Nice harmonica. That's the very Irish harmonica that I specifically requested for our very Irish song, Happy St. Paddy's Day. To all of you out there. Do you like dogs? I love dogs. I like dogs. Is that the only Irish thing you know? I like dogs. Dogs are fantastic. What's your point? It's 5 o'clock on St. Paddy's Day. Crack open a Bailey's and take a swig. Don't mind if I do. There's a leprechaun. He's sitting next to me, dressed in green with his fiddle and jig. Did you invite him along? I didn't invite him along. I don't know what he's doing. I thought they were imaginary. Did they RSVP on your Facebook page? He says, how about a morning? Where's my Lucky Charms? me Irish eyes aren't smiling no more. Lost me whiskey and brandy. This is worse than the cranberries. To be sure, to be sure, to be sure.
Oh, your titty
potatoes. Fiddly dee,
Fiddly dee, fiddly dee.
River dance, drink up the beer, you're an Irishman. The Guinness is strong tonight, Michael Flatley. We're all in the mood for a lyric, and you are a feckless gobshite. Yes, you are. You are.
I'm a pirate now.
Oh, I'm gonna dance with the arms down. So I hate it when my arms are in the air and everyone can see my arms. Keep them by your side. So if you want to look like you're having fun. Now Bono's at the bar with his sunnies on. Recycling cans with his green thumb. He's got a shillelagh and he looks slightly Gaelic. And he thinks his sun shines out his bum. It doesn't.
Oh, it certainly does.
I've seen his bum.
I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
As Jim Owen looks at him in despair.
Well, I'm sure I'm in a place they call vertigo.
Yeah. That's funny because that's how he sings, isn't it?
Every time I clap, an African child dies.
That's a very, very good Bono impersonation that you've got there.
I'm gonna stop clapping.
I think you should. Now Ronan's a judge on that talent show, regretting his boy band mistakes. He's talking with McFadden, who's dressed like Aladdin, both wishing that they were Timberlake.
Oh, he's bringing sexy back.
Oh, is he now?
Oh, look, Liam Neeson.
Hello, I'm Liam Neeson doing a serious role. Now I'm Liam Neeson in a love-making role. Now I'm Liam Neeson playing a dog. Look at me go.
Commitments are playing Mustang Sally.
Hello, I'm Liam Neeson.
And Sinead O'Connor's shaving her head.
And Liam Neeson's acting.
Colin Farrell is ruining Total Recall's legacy.
Just like Liam Neeson's ruining this.
And everyone's hair here is red.
Oh, yeah. Vanderpants.
Oh, Johnny
Crotch.
Oh, Blood Nut.
And drink up your beer, you're an Irishman. No, not a Liam Neeson. The Guinness is strong tonight.
And we're
all in the mood for a limerick. Looks like you fit one here. And you are a feckless gobshite.
Oh, I need another pint. Let's go to McGinty's.
Yes, or Bridie O'Farron's.
Oh, McGillicuddy's.
Our old McDonald had a farm.
E-I-E-I-O.
Monday blues, Monday blues. Don't you know I've got those Monday blues? It's to Whack Nation, to Whack on Demand.
Copyright 2025.